Welcome agents to another video where we're going to have a look at the way that I managed to hit 500 million XP in just under a week. And as you can see in my stats just a second ago, that I was on 441 million XP. So the first thing that I'm going to do is then I'm going to load all of my stats onto agent stats so that at the end we can see just how much I've improved by and see just how quickly you can gain XP during ridiculous events that give you 6 times AP with XP boosts such as the Apex you can see me putting on right now. So yes, at the time of recording, this is actually August, and I'm really late making this video. It's taken a while for me to actually finally get around to this. There's been a lot of travel in between in these times, and it's just caused me to lose track of all the time anyway. But here we go. You can see our traditional field engine. It has improved since the last time I've seen it and put it on this channel, so there are always things moving and changing around on this field engine, trying to optimize it. And so currently it has a few more when it comes to portals on the spine and splits and just links as well. So I'm trying to optimize the field engine and make sure that I'm hitting 40 links every single time because it just makes sense. I'm not really a player that focuses too much on field to link ratio. If that's your thing, then fantastic. It's not mine. I'm quite happy hitting all the medals regardless of the manner in which I get there. So the fun thing that Niantic have actually brought back this year was the 6 times AP boost with the Apex, which is a bit curious because it's double AP at the start of August, and then you get another double on top of that with the Apex, and somehow Niantic made that equal 6 times AP rather than 4 times AP. But I'm not complaining. It's an easy way of gaining a lot of AP if that's the kind of thing that you chase. So I'm not particularly interested in chasing it, but here I am saying that and throwing a hell of a lot of links and fields just because I can, and I enjoy the game. I enjoy playing the game. I've farmed a lot of keys and I intend to farm a lot more keys and to be able to throw them anyway. So 6 times AP boost, and you can see the disgusting amount of AP. Every single link and every single field created, it's kind of monstrous. So if you're not the kind of player that plays with field engines and you disapprove of them because it's not really in the spirit of the game, sorry, apologies. I just like the challenge and I like setting myself goals and targets, and here it is. You can see me trying to get to all the way to 500 million or 500 million XP in the next few days. So if you're curious then about all those numbers appearing on the screen, all those AP values and what on earth they're signifying, then you should know that if it wasn't for this modifier, this 6 times AP modifier at the moment, a link in Ingress is worth 313 AP. But because of the modifier, it is now currently worth 1878 AP. That is more than a field without the modifier, which is kind of gruesome and kind of amazing at the same time. Definitely worth your while in these kind of events. Actually stacking up on a few Apex and running a few fields out like this, that'd be fantastic. Gives you lots and lots of AP very quickly. And then besides that, you can often see on the screen 7,500. That's because a normal field is worth 1,250 points. But because of that 6 times AP modifier, they're actually worth 7,500 each field. And not only that, we're actually using a field engine as well. So it means that pretty much every link that I'm throwing is actually 2 fields. Which means that for every single link that I'm throwing that gets 2 fields, I'm actually scoring 15,000 points. So it's not a perfect field engine like in one of my previous videos. You'll notice that, especially near the start, I'm actually throwing just the odd random link as well, just to get the link points and actually get another point on the connector medal. But it's pretty close, it's not too bad, so I'm probably getting around about 70 fields per anchor that I'm actually using, which is pretty decent. The current anchors that I'm using, because they're a little bit more shallow in their vector, actually I'm not getting as many as I will be later on in the field engine. But anyway, the plan for this week then was to maximize on AP and to make as much use as possible of the field engine while you've got this ridiculous boost going on, which meant that during the course of the day, it was a case of walking up and down that spine and hacking as many keys as I possibly could. The overclock portals are a godsend in this particular format or this play style because it is so quick to get so many keys and you don't have to wait for ages while the portal resets to do another traditional glyph hack and keep going and keep going. Actually, it's just 4 really quick glyph hacks and then you're all done. You've pretty much got all the keys you're going to need for that portal. Move on to the next one, which is awesome. And like any spine, we also have some really kind of, I don't know, selfish portals that Niantic have actually said that portals do have personalities, or they're less likely to actually give you keys in some instances, and we have some of those because some of them are a real pain in the neck and they barely give you any keys, and you're just there forever and ever trying to claw as many out of it as possible. And if those are the ones that aren't overclock, it's even worse, so it takes forever. So I have managed, and it has been a case of just every day spending maybe an hour and a half walking up and down the spine and trying to get as many as possible. Maybe I'm underselling that, maybe it's a couple of hours, but yeah, it took a long time and a lot of effort to actually get the keys ready for this. But you know, I enjoyed a game, I enjoyed a good walk, and it was very gratifying, especially in the moment of use, which would be in the evening. So it was sometime during the day doing all the hacking, the preparation, and then in the evening making sure that I made the time to get out and actually run the field engine. So the other thing then that you'll notice is that with those blue portals in front of me, I'm running the field engine today with viruses. It's a little bit quicker and a little bit simpler, I suppose, instead of waiting around for the portals to decay and run a decay engine. The other great thing about running it with viruses, as you can see on the floor, is that a lot of the keys get dropped, and I'm going to need them for the next day and the next day, so you'll be able to run the field engine time and time again. So it means that it's a little bit more efficient when it comes to keys and key farming, a little bit more friendly in that regard, and I'm not hanging around for portals to decay, so it makes it a little bit simpler. Plus I've already spent a long time during the day actually hacking all of those keys, so not hanging around for the portals to decay is a little bit simpler in the evening and a little bit more efficient for timings. I do much prefer a decay engine. I think they're a little bit nicer, a little bit more efficient, plus you also don't have to give up very rare items such as the viruses. But in a case like this, I think it's pretty much justifiable. You're getting 6 times AP already. You can throw down an Apex and some viruses quite happily. Plus, I do have a lot at this point in time, and so it is time to actually empty out a little bit of the inventory, which is probably a good thing considering that there are anomalies coming in the future as well. Personally, I'm kind of between a decay engine and running around a red area with a pair of headphones on and some good music and basically smashing it all, picking up all the keys and microfielding. As to which is my favorite game style, you know, I know the red zones, the machina portals are a bit controversial, having NPC players in Ingress, and some people don't like them because they block off the great big fields, but I quite like them in cities and city play and being able to just trundle along at my own pace, listen to some music and do a bit of fielding. But I also like a decay engine as well, just because it's nice, efficient, and I like the organization of it. I think the fact that you can expect it to decay and then it decays right in front of you and you can get on with the next one is also pretty rewarding too. But let me know what you think. What's your favorite way of gaining AP in the game? I think, you know, that for me is pretty much what I like to do. I also like the idea of one day maybe getting that medal with all those reclaimers, but it probably is never going to happen. I also like the social elements of getting together with other Ingress players as well. But yeah, for gaining AP, what would be your favorite mana? Let me know in the comments, that'd be fantastic. I'll leave the narration there then, and we can have a look at the end of the video just how much AP I gained in one session with this field engine and 6 times AP. Enjoy for now. Alright then, with that you can see I've just virused the final anchor of the field engine right there, and we're going to get an insight into AP and AP gain. So as you can see, we've got 450,649,935 AP, and putting that into agent stats, we can see then that I've gained 9,269,436 AP, which is pretty awesome, and it's a very short amount of time to do this. So within half an hour you've got just over 9 million AP. And then you've also got to factor in, you've got double AP when you're key farming during the day as well, which actually does bring you up to the 10 million mark. So with all that key farming and the run of the field engine, it is 10 million a time, which then means that I'm going to need to run the field engine another 5 times to hit that $500 million target. Happily, it was something I managed. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you in the next one.